What is up, everybody? It is me. It is I. I'm not a rapper, but ARI is my name. My name is Ari, and we are going to talk about today the Saturday night's main event recap show. I am with the infamous, the famous, unfortunately, a Detroit Lions fan.
Yeah.
We feel bad for him, but it's okay. His name is Clay. What is up, my friend?
Wow, thanks for that intro.
Sorry, buddy. I'm a
Good.
Browns fan. We know how this works. We suck.
I was gonna hit you with that, but you went ahead and got yourself, so we're good.
I'll
Hello.
get myself every time. I am a Cleveland Browns fans, and we are terrible, and we're in the hole every year. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're probably 2 plays away from being 11-6, so it is what it is.
So I think we've officially kicked off the road to the Rumble. I think a lot of things are now in motion. I think maybe we've got some WrestleMania matches kind of set or blooming or on the way. After last night's show and my bathroom pipe exploding everywhere because we live in the South and we're not built for this weather. I had to stop watching the show, but you were still watching. Why don't you tell me a little bit about how the show kicked off in the Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, Canada?
Yeah, man. I mean, we went almost straight into the street fight, and that it got ugly quick. It got ugly quick. It was violent. It was fun. It was not. I think all people were expecting Cody to go over. The fact that he didn't go over was kind of nice.
Well, nobody went over.
That's what I'm saying. Like the kind of fact that he didn't just go over is kind of nice. It keeps Jacob strong. It keeps Cody strong. Makes Drew look like a jerk, which that's kind of the goal. So it was good. It was a good start to the show. I don't think there was any thing I could complain about.
Yeah, so I'll say this is definitely more of a ECW-esque start off, right? So we had our entrances. Bell didn't ring, went right into the action. Immediately. So this is one thing that I definitely really, really liked. I think that either guy could not go under, right? So we didn't want to job Cody. We definitely didn't want to job Jacob because he just got back into the official title picture pretty much after last night.
Right.
I think that by watching both of these guys give it their all and essentially give no shits about anything that happened, I think we are essentially definitely on the road to WrestleMania, or at least the Royal Rumble, right, which starts next week in Riyadh, which will be fun, a little bit different. I think that Jacob looked incredibly, incredibly strong. I think that Cody looks strong, and I think that's the point we're trying to make across, right? Is like, hey, both guys are strong. Both guys can't lose. At the end of the day, the champion of the company ended up looking the strongest. Drew power bombed Cody off of the stage, or whatever you want to call it, stage or
the rail stage or whatever.
Low blowing Jacob, power bombing Cody through a table off of the ramp. Hopefully, we don't see Cody. I guess not until the Rumble. That's what I'm hoping. So he gets that big pop. If we see him on Raw, I just don't think it's a good idea. Like, he just got power bombed off. Like, we don't need a neck brace. We know the guy's hurt. Let's play it the way it needs to be played. Jacob just got low blowed, so he kind of vanished to the side. But I think that both guys come off strong. And I think I don't know if we go to a triple threat match for WrestleMania, but honestly, I'm totally okay if they do that.
I think that's the way and I hate to say this, but I think that's the way for Cody to not get pinned, and Drew to probably retain it. I think
if Cody wins at WrestleMania, I will throw up. I'm over
I don't
it.
think he does. I don't think he does.
I'm happy he's there in this spot. I would like someone else there. My only problem with this whole thing is Drew McIntyre said one thing, and they better not go back on this. And I already know they are. Do you remember the one thing or no?
Recap it.
In the clause of Drew McIntyre winning the world title, you cannot get a rematch.
True. Which means he's going to win the Royal Rumble, right?
I don't want that to happen. I don't want Cody to win it again. It's not as exciting as it was going to be prior years. Please no, give the Rumble to Braun Breaker.
I don't think he'll win the Rumble. I think ever since that Daniel Bryan incident where the crowd just turned on the whole entire Rumble, I think they've learned that lesson. Unless they're just completely ignorant. But I think they tease it just enough for the audience to be like, oh no, but then someone else, I don't know who yet, but someone else wins it.
I'll say this. I don't want Jacob to win the title. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. Drew needs to keep it. Drew has to look strong leaving WrestleMania. I mean, what? So he just won it. Let's just say January, February, March, April, I'm guessing. That'll be 4 months, 3.5 months. He'll be established. Not that he's not established already, but he'll be more of a world champion established. And honestly, I kind of want to see some title defenses on the way to WrestleMania. And I think that becomes the problem is we don't see enough title defenses on Raw. We don't see enough. Just to veer off a little bit, Jade Cargill has had the title for 75 days and has not defended it one time. What is the point?
There's a reason for that. And look, she's just not that good of a wrestler.
I mean, okay, but she's at least got the aura. Let her.
Oh, she's got the aura.
Off. But here's the thing: you can't just entrance her and just have her come out with an entrance every time either.
They did that with Goldberg for like 2 years.
He's not Goldberg.
He is not Goldberg. I agree with you. I don't know, man. It's also that, but I think that's what it is. I mean, again, I don't know. We don't book the show, but I think that we should. But I think that that's probably why. It's to make her. There you go. It's to make her keep her looking as strong as they can because she's not super great in the ring and she can only do so much. Maybe that's probably why for her, I guess. But in general, yeah, you don't get a lot of title changes with the exception of the Becky and I almost forgot her name, Maxine. Yeah.
I mean, listen, I really don't want to see Cody go to. I don't want to see him win the Rumble, and I will reiterate this to the fullest. I know he already said, like, oh, there's never been a person that's won the third one in a row. And there shouldn't, and it shouldn't be you. I'm not a Cody hater.
I'm not either. But, I like Cody a lot. I like Cody a lot, actually, but I do feel like you are risking burnout if you do that.
And, people talk about burnout with Cody Rhodes. Here's the thing. I get it. I just think people are more vocal on the socials now, so we hear it a lot more.
Sure.
He's the top guy. He's the guy. So is it really burnout? Because he's the guy. Were we burnt out of Stone Cold? No. Were we burnt out on The Rock or Triple H? No. We saw them more. We saw them every week start a promo, end of the show, be in the main event, have a promo during the show. Like, we saw them more than Cody. Agreed. What is the difference? It's got to be social media.
It's got to be. It's just the generation we're in. I mean, look at even Cena. There was burnout with Cena for a while. Like there was a phase in his career where people were like, I don't want to see this guy. Boo. Boo. But like,
look how that worked out.
Well, yeah, rose-colored glasses now because he's done so much, but people realize how much he's done for the business. But there was a time, though, where people were just like, forget this guy, man.
Right.
And because he was shoved down our throat. And I feel like if Cody wins something big, put Cody in big situations. Let him let him do well in the Rumble. Let him being in a title match is fine, but don't let him. I think for a little bit, cool him off a little bit. Like let him. He's so over and established that you can put him somewhere else to elevate somebody else and make that a fun feud, while the title is going with somebody else for a while. Like,
and that's like once I think Drew said like you're not getting a rematch, I think people were like, oh, awesome. Like,
cool, yeah.
He's going to go a different direction. And him and Jacob can go, but now we've got them intertwining with Drew back into the title picture. So it's almost like, I don't want to say they might have like regretted that decision, but they were like, oh, wait, like, let's just intertwine. Like, it's clearly always been the plan. They know what they're doing around WrestleMania time. I'm never going to question what they're doing, but guess what I am going to do? Question what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't I?
Well, if you're not
to be good.
Yeah. And we are passionate about what we like, and that's why we talk about it here. That's why this is happening. So I think that I do think that we'll go away for at least a little bit, and that'll give Jacob a chance to have a match with Drew and have at least get a title shot, which he should probably have. He shouldn't win it, but get the shot, you know. And then you got to remember the storyline with him getting taken out. They'll address that at some point, and that will be whoever.
Is it going to be Cody?
Cody?
I'll tell you why. Nick Aldis asked Cody, did you do it? In one show, he asked him 2 times. He didn't ask anybody else. He asked Cody, did you do it? No, I had nothing to do with it. Then later on in the night, he says, Cody, I'm going to ask you one more time. Did you do it? No. Here's my problem with this. This is almost the same storyline as when they took out Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
There's minor differences, right? He didn't get thrown off a stage or whatever. He went through a car, but he got his teeth knocked down his throat. Let's talk about the promo real quick. Did you see the promo?
Yeah. Yep.
He said, this is the reason why you got locked up, because you weren't thinking. I liked it.
I did too.
I posted about it last night. I liked the realness of it. I liked that it wasn't one of those TKO movie promos that we've been watching a lot. It was like almost like he just showed up. It looked real. It looked like he wasn't supposed to be there. Looked like a shoot. They said what they had to say. You got to love the buildup.
I think that, Jacob is showing that he's money, and that because we know Cody is. So Jacob's showing that he's money and that he can be in angles like this, that he's not just some mindless killer, which sorry, came into the company like that, and then, yeah, exactly. He came into the company like that, just like a mindless killer, but he's got depth, he's got layers, and he's got charisma, and he can act. So it's like this, I think it showed it. And I think that promo will help him going forward for sure, man.
Ditto. I agree. I think that through that promo, we learned a little bit about Jacob, who he was as a human being, that there is a human being in there, that it's not just some psychotic. When it's time to turn up, it's time to turn up. When it's time to lay down a little bit and relax, time to relax. But overall, I enjoyed the whole segment. They had to be separated. They kept breaking back and forth, so on and so on. They went all over the place. There was a no contest. I'd be kind of mad if I bought a ticket to see this, because you didn't actually get to see much, because most of it was in the crowd. So that sucks. And of course they knew this was happening. They duped everyone to believing we were actually going to get a match. And like I said, I'm not complaining, just explaining that I'd be kind of mad if I spent. And by the way, the tickets were like, I can't even get started, like $900 something. Like, guys, what are we doing? Make it affordable. I got the best shirt idea ever. Make pro wrestling affordable again. Because it's not.
Really not. Even like a show like in Paducah, Kentucky is like $150 for like the cheap seats. Like, dude, what in the world? Like,
I went to WrestleMania 40. Now, mind you, I'm a madman. I went both nights. On pre-sale, I got my tickets for $9.50 a piece each night. Tickets for SmackDown, and I was on the floor. Tickets for SmackDown and Raw are $9.50 a piece. You can suck it, TKO.
I feel like, and it's kind of random. I've actually paid attention every now and then. I'll go on like Ticketmaster and just see. And sometimes you got tickets that make sense. You know, like, hey, $110, $150. I kind of expect that, but like, and you'll see that quite a bit. But then you get these random shows, and again, it depends on where they're at. You know, again, they're in Montreal.
I went to Bad Blood to go see. I went to Atlanta to go see Bad Blood, where Punk and Drew. There's a poster right over here back there. You can see it. Punk and Drew wrestled each other. And I chose not to sit on the floor. I chose to sit in the first bowl so you can see everything. Those tickets were $4.50 a piece, mind you. When Raw came back there a few months ago, they were $4.50 for nosebleeds. What are we doing? Make pro wrestling affordable again, please.
And the problem with that, and I guess I'll end it with this, is that because they can, they will, you know, and like that's why I said it's so random. I've seen shows that were like, even recently, $125, $150. Then they just randomly decide this is a big market. They're gonna come anyways. Let's jack it up, because why not?
They're coming to Charlotte the day after my birthday, February 6th. And I was like debating. I'm like, you know, I should go. And it's been a little while. I haven't looked yet because there's no point. I already know they're $400. I'm gonna wait. So my birthday is the 5th. So I'm gonna look on the 5th, and then I'm gonna look the day of the 6th. If it looks promising and it's reasonable, I'll go. But it's after WrestleMania, and that's. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It's before WrestleMania, but it's too far before to where it's not gonna be hot enough. I don't feel like.
I think it's still be building.
Worth our while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either way, I enjoyed this segment. Lord, I can't. I enjoyed the segment. I give this segment an A+. Honestly, it was done great. It was done perfect. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I had a blast watching it. A buddy of mine took that rock bottom from Jacob Fatu through the table in the back. Chad Decker, shout out to you. But overall, I give this segment an A+ because that's what it is.
I'll give it an A. I mean, I'm not I don't know if I'm gonna throw that A+ on there, but A for sure.
It was a perfectly well done segment. There was nothing wrong with it besides the fact that they advertised the match and didn't get a match.
That's what gives me. That's why I give it an A. Like, besides that,
we're gonna get something bigger later on.
Yeah, I agree.
On to the next match of the night candidate. Let's go,
dude. How could it not be?
I texted you yesterday. You were a few minutes behind, and I said, I don't care, word for word. I don't care what anyone says. This was a 5-star match. It was done perfect. All the girls killed it. All of them looked good. I will watch this match back on a damn golden platter, because this was the real match of the night for everyone to see. 5-star classic. And I don't care about the one botch they had. It was still freaking perfect. All the keyboard warriors can suck it.
Dude, I got nothing really to add to that, unfortunately, but fortunately too. I mean, I was a few minutes behind, like you said, and you said you put MOT in and the clapping emoji, and I was like, okay, here we go. And it lived up to the expectations, man. That was it was, to me, a classic like match, a 5-star match, whatever you want to call it. is what kind of what you said. If I can go back and rewatch the match and like willingly rewatch the match, because like that to me is like that's a solid match because there's so many.
Go on Peacock and go watch it.
That's what I'm saying, because there's so many matches throughout the year. You know, most of it kind of like, I saw it, I'm good. You know, I more was invested in the story. But if I can watch that match again willingly, that's a good match, man. Like, let's go.
The
Let's do it.
women have been on the uptrend since before Evolution, but Evolution was like the real coming out project of like, holy crap! Like, I mean, and realistically, like even Mania, like the Mania women's match was absolutely insane. The 3-way.
Yeah.
The match at Evolution was absolutely bonkers. And I think this kind of goes, and I know there's been other good women's matches on the path here, but this one was incredibly solid. And I think it did so much for everybody in a whole. Like we saw a little bit of Rhea and Liv relive, no pun intended, their minor feud again with the finish, right? So that was huge. And even during the match and the hot tag and all that stuff. I think, you know, reports have said, oh, Roxanne Perez is hurt. She's gotten a lot of like good positive stuff, like for doing the whole European tour injured or whatever. I can't tell. Even if so, sure, she might get less ring time, but honestly, when she's in there, she does the job. It's done. There's no questions asked. And overall, I just cannot. I can believe how good it was, but I can't believe how good it was. I also liked they talked about how are they called Rilo or are they called Rios?
Rilo, right? It's something weird like that. Yeah, I think they need a better name, but
their next opponents are now already announced for Julia and Kiana James, who won a number 1 contenders match on Friday's SmackDown.
Yeah. I think first off, shout out to Kiana James for kind of coming out on her own here on the main show. Like she's not done much of anything. No offense to her, but now
manager, you know, that's not her fault.
It's not her fault. But like what I'm saying is like now that she's got a chance, she's showing she can hang, and that's cool. And Julia's obviously great. But like, yeah, man, that match, dude, like I said to you in text, that's 4 of the best, or maybe it was on Discord somewhere, but like 4 of the best.
Sign up for our Discord.
Do it. But yeah, man, I think I said that on there. It was like 4 of the best in the division. I mean, it showed, and it was top notch. He said that one little botch, but who cares?
Who gives a damn? It was so damn good.
Sorry that these trained performers who are choreographing this match have had one mess up. You know, like
I think people forget that they're human. Like,
yeah, man.
Like, they're human, and the realism is they killed it.
Yeah.
And I think certain ladies definitely need more time on Raw, on SmackDown, on these bigger pay-per-view or PLE or bigger built-up cards. And I think they honestly showed off real big.
Yeah, they made the most of their time, man. That's for sure.
I'm also gonna grade this match an A+. They got me. They got me last night. And by the way, your internet's sucking over there. We're getting a little bit of like you're in a 1956 over there. But hey, A+. 2 back-to-back phenomenal matches. Doesn't matter to me. I'm not a WWE shiller, but the matches were solid, and for what they were, they're definitely needed to be talked about.
Sorry if the internet was choppy. It's weather. A+. Yeah, I can't argue. There's really nothing to complain about in this match at all. Solid.
On to the next.
Yep.
On to the next. Well. What do I even say about this?
Sad face emoji.
I'll say this. It was better than the first one in New Japan. Different. I think different for storyline-esque purposes. But holy crap. 21 minutes, 15 seconds for this match. I'll wait to give my grading. The story was there. If you know the story, if you watch pro wrestling, you know this started somewhere in like 2016 or 15 or something. And these guys go toe to toe every time. Let's talk about it.
Happy, sad. Happy,
Is
sad.
this the end for
You know,
AJ Styles?
my heart wants to say no. My heart wants to say like he's gonna have a longer run and he's gonna have maybe a Punk one-on-one match because he's never done that. Maybe
tomorrow.
He could still do it tomorrow.
Shove it down our throats,
dude. I'm with it. If he's done when we think he's gonna be done, give me Punk. Give me Punk tomorrow. Give me Punk. Give me something. Give me Braun. Give me something cool, like current day stuff. Give me a few more things before he goes away. But
we only have a week. Tomorrow's it.
If what we hear is true, then yeah, that sucks. So if you're gonna do Punk, which I think that's really the only thing he hasn't had, he's never had a match against him.
Seth Rollins.
And it's like Rollins too, but Rollins is, Rollins,
I'm just saying,
I hear you. But I do feel like I would love to see Rollins, but we don't have time. We're out of time. I mean, apparently we're out of time. In a perfect world, he gets to Mania. And he has those things. He has Punk. He has Rollins. He gets a TNA match. Blah, blah, blah. And then he can go out on a Shield at Mania. But I don't think it's happening. I think the Rumble's going to be it. And that sucks.
Honestly, hats off to Michael Cole because, first of all, he's the voice of the WWE. There's nobody else, number one. Don't care what anyone says. Number two, hats off to Michael Cole because Michael Cole literally had a week of commentary. Well, a week whole, to put this match over, and it was going to be over anyway, but to put it over on commentary with the actual facts and knowledge talking about New Japan and different companies, we are in a totally different era of pro wrestling where, and, if you want to talk about, tribal blah 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 warfare, New Japan are the ones that have the actual deal with AEW, right? For the most part. And New Japan's being talked about on WWE TV. And I think that is so huge because realistically, I'm going to have to assume if you're a New Japan fan, you're probably watching WWE, but probably clips online and not actual shows. And if you do, like me, kudos. But I have fallen off on the New Japan bandwagon because there aren't that many stars there as they were, or named stars as they had previously. I don't feel like anything has to be said about this match besides go watch it. And I could talk about every move they did and false finish and all that good stuff, but guess what? It doesn't even do it justice. This match was phenomenal. No pun intended.
Yeah.
And if the end is the Royal Rumble because he debuted 10 years ago, almost on the day for the Royal Rumble, that is the perfect end and a perfect start to any person's career you could have asked for. Would I have liked one more title run? Yes. But if Gunther is the last, I will accept that as a phenomenal finish.
Yeah. And talk about overachieving coming to WWE. I mean, like, dude, man, came in with the TNA stigma, and also, I mean, he was definitely a star and he got treated like one, but like, he could have very easily flopped. The crowd could have very easily been like, whatever. But he just knows what he's doing, man. He's one of the greatest. And he very quickly became one of the top stars in the company and has been for a decade, and so, hats off to him. Obviously, watching him since he was wrestling in warehouses in Georgia. So, the dude's amazing. And it's, I don't want to see him go, but also, He's going out on his own terms. Can you complain about that? I mean, you really can't. Like, very few guys get to go out on their own shield and be like, this is what I want to do. I'm doing it. And okay.
Man, honestly, a lot of people are complaining online about not going out at WrestleMania.
Sure.
I get that. Not everyone has to have a 1-year retirement run. Do I like them? Yeah, I would love it. But this is awesome.
I agree.
So many people care so much more because it came out of nowhere and it was hidden if it was real, and that's true. This match was an A+. Every match on the show from the last 2 we have talked about in my eyes was an A+. First of all, the cold opening video of this Saturday night's main event was freaking awesome. Watch that too. Watch the whole show. Top to bottom, these 3 matches were A+ for me.
I wanted to say one more thing about this match. Like, obviously, you gotta just go watch it. It's wonderful. But obviously, we know what's happening now. Everyone's seen it. There's no spoilers here. But man, Ari, like, I was about it. And then when he good match, but then when they did that throwback, when AJ was like, bang. Shinsuke caught it. I was like, oh, so good, man. I caught myself just ear to ear smile. I was like, oh, this is so good. But yeah, we're on the next A+.
The club is still alive somewhere. Off to your main event. The winner of the main event going on to face Drew McIntyre for the WWE Undisputed Championship at the Royal Rumble in Saudi. On one of the pods prior, I think it was just me who talked about it. I said Sami was going to win. A, because he's had history with Drew. B, because they're in Saudi and he's the king there and the most over. And C, honestly, in a different world, Sami Zayn would be booked to win that world championship if Drew didn't just get it.
That's the problem. And I almost feel bad for Sami because he's gotten in his position a couple of times and it just not work out for, in booking, they book it that way. They want to book him like, hey, he's the underdog. He's almost there, blah, blah, blah. But I do feel like if they're going to pull the trigger on Sami, this would have been it. But Drew just happened to get hot again because he's really good at that. And this time they're paying it off, and he's going to have a lengthy run. He's going to have a lengthy run unless something crazy happens. I don't see them taking a title off Drew anytime soon. So, good match.
And if they do, it's a mistake.
I agree. I think putting the belt
to Sami Zayn.
If they put the belt on Sami for that feel-good moment, let him have a small run and give it back to Drew
at WrestleMania.
That's fine.
At Elimination Chamber.
I think Chamber. And then let the Rumble guy take on Drew. I think, honestly, you know what? Perfect world. If it's up to us, I think I maybe agree with me here. Sami wins. Shocks the world. Saudi goes wild. And he gets a little bit of a small run. Drew gets it back fairly quickly. And then in time for the Chamber match he gets back to Chamber, which gives time for the Rumble winner to then feud with him. So
I don't like a hot potato world championship, but I would accept it because we'd get the feel good moment with Sami. Then again,
realistically, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
no, you hang up. You hang up. I think realistically, though, if Sami was to ever win a title, he wouldn't have it very long anyways. He's just not built that way. He's not built that way. He's built like he barely gets by.
He remember when Christopher Daniels never won the Ring of Honor world title for forever, and everyone was like, he needs it. He won the world title, and then it was like, oh, okay. Like, some guys are all about the chase, and I think we've seen that a lot this year. Cody, right, chased for 2 years.
2 years, man.
Everybody, including me, I single-handedly bought a ticket for $2,000 to go see Cody beat Roman Reigns, and it happened. And then when he won it, what happened? He had no contenders to wrestle, and nothing mattered anymore. I don't care what anyone says. These are the facts.
I think you could
never need the world title, but it'd be awesome if you won it for 5 minutes.
Dude, and you could let Sami defend it once. And maybe let him defend it once, and then Drew just waylays him after the match and is like, wins it back, and let Sami have it for like a month, and then that's cool. He got his little moment. He got to say he won it. He gets to be called a WWE champion, which is cool. And then that's it for him as far as that goes, I think. But
the biggest thing in this whole match is the Trick Williams entrance. This guy is so over. It is crazy. I don't remember the last time an NXT superstar that came directly up went right into the main event and it was this over and this good.
I would say maybe not Finn, but Kevin Owens. But besides that, like that was 10 years ago. I think that he's hot, man, and he backs it up. He's good in the ring. He's got a ton of charisma.
So good.
He's so good, and that's so funny. Like it wasn't long ago, he was Carmelo's second. And
here we look at him now.
That's right, glow up. But hey, work that trick, man. I think he's great. I think he's definitely a soon-to-be future mid-card champion, and then down the road, not too long, probably he'll be a contender, man. Like he'll stay in that position.
That kid, man. There's no denying him, and he's from South Carolina. Good for him.
Yeah, man. I forgot. I almost forgot that until they were saying it last night, and I was like, oh yeah.
I think he was a Gamecock.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know anything about college football, but yeah. This match was fun. It was not as good as the other matches, but it was more set up for a story background, as we know. Happy Sami Zayn won. When is Randy Orton going to get his due?
I feel like he doesn't have a whole lot of time left, as far as
they stop using him as like these filler character. Like he's like the dad on the show now. It's like, oh yeah, I'll wrestle. Why not? It's like,
well, the thing is though, on the devil's advocate of this, like he kind of is almost, I wouldn't say earned that spot, but like sort of, he's been there for so long and so consistent and blah, blah, blah. Like, does Randy need a title again? No, but would it be cool to see him at least chase it and threaten? Yeah. I think and the thing is, can you turn him heel at this point? I don't know if you even can. Like,
no, he's too over.
He's too over, man. He got to that point now where he can't. He's a great heel. He's a fantastic. He's one of the best heels of this generation. But like, you can't turn him heel now. I don't think, because no one's going to want it at this point in his career. Now he's on that like, hey, we like him, but we don't know how much longer we have him.
Let's not try and pull this John Cena trigger here.
Right, and I feel like because John Cena just did this, they're kind of like, well, Orton's going to go too soon, probably. So I don't think they don't want to boo him. They don't want to boo him. They're not going to boo him. I think he could, kill somebody in the middle of the ring on live television. People would cheer it. Like, yeah, he's that over now. I don't know, man. I think that when his time comes, because he's Randy Orton, he'll probably get a pretty solid send off. Whether he wants it or not, they'll probably make him do it. But yeah, I think he's okay to be in this role for a little bit because it's Randy Orton. Like,
yeah. Listen, I have to agree. Overall, I will definitely give this show a solid A, because to me, all three matches were A pluses. I think the Fatal 4-Way, I would honestly give a B plus. Thought it was good. There's nothing wrong with it. They set their pieces moving forward. Damian Priest took the pinfall, which I think was kind of a given
I
in
saw
this
that coming.
aspect of things. Sammy wins. You know, a couple different things happened in the show. I think we saw Stephanie Vicor come back from injury or quote unquote and take out Big Mommy Cool. So very, very excited for that story to continue and hopefully end with Big Mommy Cool maybe winning the belt. I mean, I think that things have changed so drastically for her because she was one time terrible, and then I think Kevin Nash got in her ear from how they keep pushing it and said, "Hey, you need to learn this and learn that." And now over the last couple months, she's been so much better and actually definitely feels like a main eventer. Um, and I think I'm definitely excited for Sami Zayn to get an actual shot without someone interfering for the world title at the Rumble.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I think that I guess I gave my ratings all A to A pluses. I'll give the main just a B plus. You know, it was good. Yeah, the show's an A. I mean, the show's an A. One of the better Saturday Night main events we've gotten in a long time. They're usually kind of throwaway shows. Fun, but nothing really of consequence. And that was a pretty good show. It was a good show. That was a really good show. You got a match, two matches one match that really meant something, with Shinsuke and AJ, but like great show. It was must see TV, which doesn't happen on these shows very often. So that is.
Have you seen the new reveal for the 2K26 Monday Night War and Attitude Era stuff coming out?
Well, first of all, I didn't know that they're going to do any kind of Attitude Era or Monday Night War stuff. I admittedly, I like the game. I'm a gamer, but I admittedly kind of fell off a little bit with the information on the game, and I didn't realize
it just came out yesterday. But I'm not really a big gamer. I bought the last one. I thought it was pretty good and nothing crazy. But how do we have an Attitude Era game without Vince McMahon?
Here's what I said to another buddy of mine when that came out. He's like big gaming nerd. And I saw the announcement and I was like, super hype, blah, blah, blah. I love that they're doing the Attitude Era and also including Monday Night War. But then I immediately was like, yeah, Vince and Sting kind of need those two.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably sneak around Vince a little. You can't sneak around Sting in WCW. I mean, like that was the biggest thing they had. That's the biggest thing they had was the NWO against Sting. So I don't know. Again, that's just speculation. Maybe he has some kind of deal with them, like Billy Gunn did, where he can show up on this and then also be in AEW.
Maybe.
That I hope so. Otherwise, you're kind of not doing that whole thing justice because the biggest name that was missing from this A and B are Vince and Sting. And kind of like I was saying, you can probably get around Vince a little because Stone Cold did so much other stuff too. But like, you can't get around Sting in WCW without admitting the biggest thing WCW had.
God damn, you were such a South Carolina, North Carolina person.
Why is that?
Because we just did not care that much about that up north. WCW was a down south territory.
No, that's fair. That's 100%
was a up north territory.
That's so fair. It's funny. I'm from Michigan, but like I grew up my wrestling years, I was living down here. So,
right.
But Sting was the biggest thing they had. I mean, they didn't treat him like that always because WCW's management was, but like Sting was the biggest thing they had, and so the fact that he wasn't shown is odd. Now, no, I kind of get that. Actually, sidebar. I kind of get him not being on the cover or being featured on TV because he's got an AEW contract. I totally get all that. But like I said, if you can get Billy Gunn in these games and he's locked into AEW forever, I think you can get Sting. So here's hoping, otherwise I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah, for sure. Where does Trick and A go from here? Does he go to feud with Randy Orton?
I think that's again talk about using Randy Orton nowadays. I think you could do that and elevate Trick. Have Orton give him a hell of a match, let Trick beat him. Even if Trick doesn't beat him, make him look super good. And a couple falsies. Make Orton kind of survive for it. You can make Trick look $1 million, and Randy could do that. So that makes sense to me. So I don't see why not.
Where do we go from here?
I feel like you have Drew and Jacob right now. I think you have Cody disappear for a little bit, just a little bit. As far as that scene goes, I think you can go with Trick and Orton. Obviously, Sami is going to be like the highlight of the chase, for the next little bit, week. I think a lot of it depends on what happens at the Rumble. I think if Sami wins, okay, you can go that route and have Drew kind of chase him back and win it back very quickly.
Do we think he's really gonna win?
No, but it would be a pretty. If it happened, I wouldn't be like, "What in the world?" I'd be like, "Awesome, that's kind of sick, actually."
It's kind of sick. We do need a somewhat of a surprise from WWE to. Well, I mean, Drew was kind of a surprise, but another one to have us go. Oh, like I definitely didn't expect that.
But I do think that actually, if you want to get real deep in it, we could talk this a whole nother topic probably with Drew. The psychology of Drew getting so close or getting it and then getting taken away, so quickly kind of makes him lose his mind a little bit or makes him feel more justified that he's getting screwed, blah, blah, blah. Do that. Have Sami beat him somehow. Either if it's shenanigans, if Cody or somebody interferes in shenanigans, Jacob, whoever, could be Jacob. Actually, that would make a lot of sense. And then because he's a loose cannon, let Jacob interfere, let Sami beat him. Drew's like, got screwed again, blah, 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 blah. He gets even more insane, and then we'll chase back and just destroy Sami in like a few weeks and get to win it back. That could happen. I could see that 100% happening. But I guess we'll see. It is Saudi. I do think that we'll get a bunch of surprise cameos. I don't think we'll get, thank God, I don't think we're getting any of the old timers in the ring. All respect.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, I mean, cool to see him. Of course, you're going to put him out there, let him parade, let Sean parade, and let whoever going to be there parade. That's fine. But like the fact that they didn't put him in matches, God.
Yeah.
Who wins the Royal Rumble? Who wins the Royal Rumble and who are the final four?
Ooh, man. You got Roman, final four. You got
Cody.
I think Cody and Roman for sure. See, that's tough actually, because like it's pretty wide open besides those two.
Has Gunther declared being in the Royal Rumble technically?
Say again.
Has Gunther declared being in the Royal Rumble yet? Technically, I know he talked about double duty, which would mean he'd be in the Rumble and wrestling AJ.
Sure.
What if he lost to AJ and then won the Rumble?
That would make sense because he hasn't won a Rumble, has he? No. So like that would work for me. That would further establish him as the killer that he is now. AJ beats him, makes him tap. Something to like, or a quick roll up. Something he survives. AJ survives and moves on. We're all happy still. Yay, he's around still. Yay. But then he goes to the Rumble and just kills people. Could see it. Could 100% see it. And then you gotta think Rumble because you gotta think Brock.
This is where Gunther and Brock meet.
Oh, 1,000%. We talked about a few weeks ago on the podcast. If this doesn't happen, I'm gonna be like, why not? Like this is when you do it. Gunther comes in, like I said, random number 13 or something, starts laying people out, and at one point he's in the ring by himself.
Real quick, What if Brock and Gunther meet, and it essentially comes to the thing where it's like, you don't get to call John a little bitch.
You kind of turn Brock.
I said I was going to defeat and finish John Cena, and you actually did it. Now you're on my list.
Yeah, you could get that right there. Immediately turns Brock face. The crowd's going to cheer him anyways.
10 times the heel heat.
Oh, 100%. Because all Gunther has to do right there is laugh at him and slap him or something, and like boom, he is nuclear heat. Everyone's going to love Brock all over again, and because realistically, Brock's such an attraction. As much as he is a heel, you don't really want to boo him. No. You know, so it's like he's going to come out in Saudi if he does, and the place is going to go nuts, and you'll have this
wild
bananas, and then like go banana, and then you'll have the stare down, and that right there's a moment that'll be on video packages for the rest of the century, and then. Yeah, you got that big moment, and they'll go at it for a little bit. That probably puts Brock in the Final Four too.
Then they're fighting, and then Obafemi comes out right after and meets.
Oh, you've got to have Oba in the Rumble. Like he's a Final Four guy. Okay, so to me, it's going to be probably Roman because he's not been anywhere. Why come back to the Rumble and just get eliminated if you're Roman Reigns? You're going to be a Final Four. It's going to be Roman, probably Cody. I'd say Cody. You got Oba, and then I think Brock eliminates Gunther. No, sorry, let me flip that. Gunther eliminates Brock, so you have those Final Four. You got that's my four. You got Gunther, Oba, Cody, and Roman.
That'd be crazy.
And then that way, you kind of like who does win. It's an insane scenario, almost in a sense of like, oh, well, Roman's not winning this. You know what I mean? Like, as big as he is, that's like he's out. You know, it's like because the other three is like, oh, three could win it.
No Braun Breaker, huh?
I don't think Braun wins it. I think Braun goes in there and makes some noise. I think if Braun's in the Final Four, he has to take out Gunther or Brock. To me, and it's like, does he do that? No, he takes out Roman. Roman's out.
Ah, there we go. But he's Roman's not in the Final Four.
Nope, Roman's out, and it's Brock. It's Braun. You got Braun, Cody. Oh, but and that's actually a good story. So you have Cody as the baby face, like, oh my, I'm in over my head. I've got 3 killers in the ring with me right now. And he survives for however long before he finally gets tossed. Or he wins the damn thing, which is what probably going to happen.
Well, you can't totally change up your whole, go the opposite way. Who is going to win the Royal Rumble?
Those are my Final Four. Cody, yeah, that's where I'm at now. Cody, what did I say? Cody, Oba, Braun, Gunther. I think it's that's hard. I think it's I think it's either wow, that's really hard. I don't think Oba wins it, not that soon. I don't think so. I don't think Cody could win it, but I don't want him to.
No. Who is gonna win the Royal Rumble?
Gunther.
That's my pick also.
Now that I just walked through that entire booking process in my head for the world to see, Gunther.
How can he not?
The only thing is if someone he feuds with, eliminates him, but I just don't see that happening.
Unless it's Brock.
And Brock's
definitely not winning the Rumble, so it doesn't matter.
No. Brock's there to make a moment and be awesome for a few minutes, but then he's done. Yeah. That's what I got.
That's all I got too. Burning Hammer Pod on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe at the burning.hammer on Instagram. Our Instagram went off the chains this last weekend. 6 new designs actually going down at midnight. So you got about 2.5-ish more hours. Website, theburninghammer.org. The store is only open on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays online. Unless you know me and you need a password, maybe I'll give you one. Maybe. 6 new designs coming out this Friday. They're all going to be awesome. Yep. make sure you join the Discord. We're trying to get that up and running again, so it can be fun. Clay is the moderator of the Discord, so if you have any questions or concerns, you can message him, not me. Either way, Saturday's main event was off the chain. Rumble next week. We're gonna have a show about the Rumble. Even though we've broken it down a little bit here and there, and things have changed, and every week it changes, but who cares? And yeah, overall, thought the show was an A. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was one of the better Saturday night's main event that actually meant something. And we both think that Gunther is going to win the Rumble. And if it's not going to be Gunther, it's going to be Cody.
Unfortunately, love Cody, but yes, but it's Cody or Gunther. Yeah.
It's definitely not going to be LA Knight.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to come back in it. And he'll probably eliminate like Bronson Reed. Like, definitely going to eliminate. Maybe he'll, depending on, God, if they put him in the final four, I'll throw up. Knowing them, they will just to throw him in there. But I just get eliminated, LA Knight.
Yeah.
Ari loves LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And overall, it's always good talking to you, bro.
Same.
Let's we'll gear up for maybe tomorrow's Monday Night Raw if the world hasn't ended yet down here in South Carolina and North Carolina where you are. So I'll say my goodbyes. Goodbye, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Like, share, subscribe, and comment when you watch this whole video about who is going to win the Royal Rumble. See you later, guys.